another episode of the Smith Boys Podcast.
It's been a while, brother.
It has been a while, brother.
A couple weeks.
The NFL football regular season has been over, so it's been the content has been few and far between without having the Lions around to do podcasts on. So Smith Boys is going to start bringing you some new topics for podcasts.
An Alec Baldwin one's coming.
Another day, another Alec Baldwin meltdown.
Yeah, that's the one we're doing today. Brother wants to do a podcast on the trials and tribulations
of one Sir Alec Baldwin.
Of the story of Alec Baldwin and his killing of a producer in his movie called Rust.
We might just do like a whole Baldwin discography of
all the Baldwin brothers.
Maybe
Alec, Daniel, Billy, and Stephen.
Stephen, Billy, Danny.
William,
maybe we just go through all of them.
There's a Danny Baldwin?
Yeah, I think there's a Danny Baldwin too.
I know there's a
backdraft.
I know there's a Billy Baldwin, a Stephen Baldwin, and Alec Baldwin. There's a Danny Baldwin?
Danny Baldwin was in Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Old man said they'd be blue-bellied, chicken shit bastards like you.
Billy Baldwin was the one that was in Backdraft. That's what it is. And then Stephen Baldwin was in Biodome with Pauly Shore.
Stephen Baldwin, I know.
Yeah, he's the big idiot. He's a huge Republican, by the by.
Well, that's strange considering his brother Alec is a hardcore liberal.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't get any dumber.
So what's brother want to rap about? What is your angle? Yeah. What's your angle on Alec Baldwin, brother?
We're doing Alec Baldwin now? Or?
What did you think was going to happen when I arrived here?
Yeah, we want to do the Alec Baldwin.
I thought we were going to do the Alec Baldwin. I thought we were going to do
No, we'll do the Alec Baldwin one first. We'll get that out of the way here because I know brother's been chopping at the bit.
Well, I'm not a big fan of his, and obviously.
Well, should we give a recap of the situation of why we're doing this?
Well, on the set of Rust, is a movie that he was directing, I believe,
and starring in.
So there was a scene in it. He was handed a gun.
It's old Wild West.
Yeah, it's a western set in. I think it was in New Mexico, is the state that they were filming in specifically, and so he was handed a gun. He was told it was cold, which means there's nothing, there's no bullet loaded. There's no ammunition loaded in the gun.
Not a live gun.
Yeah.
It's a prop gun.
It's a prop gun.
Just a prop.
And then he has it pointed, apparently, at this Helena Hutchins.
Who was manning behind the camera.
Yeah, she's like the producer, I believe.
And his role was apparently he was told to like point the gun at the camera. Like just off screen. Yeah. Just off camera. But it makes it so he's looking at the camera. Like I'm doing to you right now.
Yeah.
And
that's the picture that you see all the time right now.
And pull the trigger, basically.
Yeah. Now he claims he did not pull the trigger. That was the interview that he did with George Snuffleupagus.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them. Never.
In that interview, he said, "I'm not responsible. I don't know who is."
He's never really claimed responsibility.
And he said that he never pulled the trigger.
Someone is responsible for what happened, and I can't say who that is.
So I think the
guns don't pull their own triggers, folks.
The New Mexico prosecuting office, I think they went to great lengths to prove and get the FBI involved to prove that he pulled that trigger.
I hope they did.
They had like this whole bioanalysis that shows that he pulled the trigger. Now,
he's a real son of a bitch, by the way.
Get the out of here.
Everybody that I have watched, talk about these types of this particular situation, always says a gun never goes off without the trigger being pulled.
No.
So he had to have pulled the trigger. No, if he did, and that's what they're saying, they're charging him with involuntary manslaughter.
Ha ha ha! That's right.
Okay.
That is the charge he's facing.
That's the charge he's facing, and then they're also charging him with a second one that's like it carries a maximum of a 5-year prison term, and it's like something about discharging a gun or having discharging
Alec Baldwin, 5 years in prison. Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap.
Prison Alec.
I'm Prison Mike. You know why they call me Prison Mike?
Prison Alec, that's going to be him. I hope so.
Was the ghouls and the Dementors.
We're flying all over the place, and they were scary, and then they come down and they suck the soul out of your body, and it hurt.
Dementors like in Harry Potter?
No, not Harry Potter.
They fly above around you, and they suck out your soul, and it hurts.
Hurt.
I am here to scare you straight!
So that's ultimately what he's facing right now.
That's where he's at
involuntary manslaughter, and he's going to fight this tooth and nail.
Well,
he says that he's not responsible for this.
The other thing that's interesting about this case is that they have already settled it civilly, which means Alec.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so typically it works the other way around. Like if you look back at OJ, for example, I think that was one. Didn't Michael Jackson kind of work the same way?
Might have been something like that.
I think so. Baldwin sold off some properties and stuff like that, got the capital, and then paid them off. So they thought
paid who off?
Well, the family.
The family of
she was married.
The family of the woman that he murdered.
Yeah. She had a son and had a husband.
Yeah. So they sued him civilly.
So they sued him civilly. They settled it for, I don't know if it was, I'm assuming out of court, but it was, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. But I know it was settled anyway. So now they're on to this criminal case, and I think he thought he was never going to be tried.
I didn't think he would either.
And on the criminal side, I think he thought this would go away. I don't think he was expecting this.
He's Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, the thing that's really going to come back and haunt him, and if I was to offer him a bit of advice, is do not get on the stand. I think he will be a horrible.
You think he'll eat a lie?
Oh yeah.
He's an actor though, so he'd be great at lying under oath.
Because he is, but he is such like a bully. Like to me, he's a bully.
Got that? I said you got that? Shut up!
Oh, he's a real son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's a real asshole.
What do we elites do when we screw up? We pretend it never happened and give ourselves a giant bonus.
And it's
you ever hear him talk to his daughter?
I'm leaving this message with you to tell you, you have insulted me for the last time. You have insulted me. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being. I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or 11 years old, or that you're a child, or that your mother is a thoughtless pain in the ass. Let you know just how I feel about what a rude little pig you really are. You are a rude, thoughtless little pig, okay?
To replay this.
What a role model.
Yeah, he's a scumbag POS.
Shut up. Shut up. Leave my neighbor alone, okay? Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
I'm hearing it.
Little girl.
The other thing is his whole, aside from all that, and the abuse, the Trump impersonations was horrible. I mean, come on. That's not Trump. I mean, come on. I can't do a good Trump, so I'm not going to do it.
It is a little bit.
Impersonation of Donald Trump and SNL and everything they're doing. I don't want to be a party pooper here, but I don't think it's very funny.
I don't know. I mean, like, that's all you do.
What's the best Alec Baldwin movie?
Alec Baldwin movie? I don't know. He was married to Kim Basinger back in the day. When Kim Basinger was like, man, you look back at some of those early 90s movies, man, she was...
I have a hard time thinking of a movie he was in right now, to be honest. Pull some movies up there. Let's break down some Alec Baldwin movies.
The one show that everyone's going to point to is 30 Rock.
I never liked that show.
I never did either.
It was basically like Saturday Night Live. It was like a Saturday Night Live. Oh, we got the little one here. It was basically like Saturday Night Live. It was like Tina Fey and like Amy Poehler, and it was just all the Saturday Night Live.
Who was Tracy Morgan?
Yeah, I didn't care for it. I didn't get it. All right,
I didn't get it either. It's like Big Bang Theory. I don't get it.
No Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's definitely not Seinfeld.
So pull up, just Google Alec Baldwin movies.
Oh, I forgot he was in The Departed, but he doesn't have a huge role.
No, he doesn't have a big role in The Departed. So I'm not going to consider that like an Alec Baldwin movie.
He was in Chick Fight in 2020.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Arctic Dogs. He was the voice.
Never heard of it.
See, I'm going back.
What was that one he was in? What was that one he was in? I think it was called The Edge, where they're like stuck in the wilderness with Anthony Hopkins. That one wasn't.
That
bad.
was pretty good.
That wasn't bad. But you're going back to like the early '90s. So has he done anything of relevance? Like,
wasn't he in The Hunt for Red October? Is that?
That you got Google. Just Google.
Well, dude, there's like so many here.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna do this here.
That's IMDb right there.
Okay, here we go. Alec Baldwin.
Sorry, this is real time, but
be honest with me right now. You're not cutting me no slack. You're stonewalling me right now. You're forcing me in a position with no other alternative but to react. Now, isn't that right? That's right. That's right.
This house
Alec Baldwin filmography here. Let's see what this asshole's been in. Let's see. He was in Beetlejuice.
I hate that movie.
Married to the Mob, Working Girl.
I mean, these are all like rom-coms.
These were late 80s. Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, Hunt for Red October.
Let's see. Glengarry Glen Ross.
Never saw
That was the one with Al Pacino, I think.
You ask me if I have a God complex? Let me tell you something. I am God.
And then it was about like, I don't know.
I never saw it.
Let's see. Jeez, a lot of just shit that I ain't never heard of here. The Edge. There's The Edge, 1997. So far, The Edge is the best movie I've seen him be in so far. Let's see.
He's been in a shit ton, though. Notting Hill. I mean, these are all like, I don't know. I mean, nothing I would really watch.
He was in Pearl Harbor?
I think he was like a general or a captain or something.
The Royal Tannenbaums. I know people. He was a narrator in that. I know people bring up that movie. Never seen it.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else has he been in here? The Cat in the Hat.
A lot of stupid stuff, if you ask me.
Walking with Cavemen. He was the narrator. Well, he is the caveman. Along Came Polly. Along Came Polly wasn't a bad movie. Mm-hmm. That was with Ben Stiller. That was pretty good. The Aviator. He was in.
I like The Aviator. That was a good movie.
But again, these aren't like Along Came Polly, The Aviator. These are aren't Alec Baldwin movies.
No, he's like the side guy. You know, he's not the leading role.
The Departed again. Let's see.
Departed's really good.
Departed is a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen The Departed, Smith Boy, maybe we should do a review on The Departed. Great movie.
That'd be a good one. I was watching that the other day. It was on.
I'm seeing a whole lot of nothing here.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, I'm sure we're boring people because we've been looking for 2 minutes and we haven't really come up with anything.
Garrett?
Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation.
To me, he's always like the never the
Mission
star
Impossible, Fallout. A Star is Born. He was in that. He played himself. That was supposed to be a good movie. A Star is Born. I gotta say, I'm not seeing really any full blown Alec Baldwin movies in there, where Alec Baldwin is the guy. Okay, so sorry you can skip through all that there if you didn't care for that little segment.
But I think moral of the story is maybe is he a little overrated as an actor? I mean, this whole Rust movie would have been probably some lame, B- movie.
Well, it was very low budget, and it was an indie movie. I think it was an independent film, kind of. So
it probably wouldn't have been any good.
And well, now it's only known for because he killed someone.
I heard that they were picking up production.
Yeah, they are. They are resuming production on
that movie, and I'm like, that's incredible to me.
So, what do you expect is going to happen here out of this?
Let's wrap this up.
You think he's going to be found guilty?
I do think that he will be found guilty of.
What do you think happened on the set? What do you think happened?
I do think he pulled the trigger. I mean, they've shown some decent little diagrams of kind of a depiction of what they think occurred.
The magic bullet?
Yeah. But it does appear like that has played out. He did point the gun at her in some vicinity. He pulled the trigger. Probably did think it was cold, but I guess there is culpability because he did pull the trigger.
So you have him to blame.
Well, the other thing is I think if somebody hands me a gun, even if you hand me a gun, like if Uncle Bill,
don't do it.
Well, no, I'm just saying no. Uncle Bill, Brandon, I mean, all these guys really, Dad, all these guys know guns. You know what I mean? Even if they handed me a gun and said it's cold, okay, I would still look. Don't you do that if you're an actor that's been around guns many movies, brother, for many years? I mean, come on, that's not protocol.
I don't even think you have to be an actor to do that. I think that's just
this is common sense.
If I'm they're giving me a gun to point at somebody and pull the trigger, saying that it's cold, but we're just gonna film you doing that. I'm still gonna look and see.
Yeah, if I'm gonna pull the trigger, I'm gonna look.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I know a lot of most people are putting the blame kind of on this armorer. The girl that was she's the daughter of this famous armorer that's been they call him an armorer. It's an arms person that's on set that's supposed to check guns.
It wasn't the story they had gone out the day before, a couple days before, and it's New Mexico, right? They're middle of nowhere, so they just go out and just start shooting guns, shooting targets.
They're using the guns. They're using the guns on the set to shoot cans and stuff offset.
Yeah.
For target practice and just having a good old time. Shooting things around the set.
Just killing time.
And apparently, I had heard that there are a lot of people on the set considered it an unsafe work environment, and a lot of people left, cameramen, set hands. People quit and left the set because they were this is absurd.
Jeez.
So like the day before this happened and like weeks leading up to it, a lot of people quit the production of the movie because they thought it was like unsafe and absurd of what was going on. And lo and behold, this guy gets handed a gun that he's told is cold from the armorer, who's supposed to be the expert. And it was this woman who was the armorer. It was her first big break of like doing like a big kind of name movie with big name actors in it.
Yeah.
And her job was to check the gun, make sure it was cold and empty, had no live ammunition in it before he hands it to Alec Baldwin.
Sorry, brother, but I just thought of is this one's going to be really good because this pod is going to be full of Alec Baldwin drops. You know what I mean?
Please go away. Photograph under somebody's private home.
This is not anyone's private home. Are you? This is not.
It's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Well, you're gonna have to send me some.
Oh, I'm gonna be hunting hard and heavy, baby.
Good. I like when I get sent the drops and I don't have to find them all myself.
I'm gonna be like Fred Bear, Ted Nugent's Fred Bear, man. Let's go hunting, baby. He goes, let's go hunting, baby. I love that line. That's the best line in any song. Let's go hunting, baby.
Best line in any song.
Oh, I love that. I was listening to that the other day.
It is a great song though.
Yeah.
Cue Fred Bear music.
Yeah.
So she got a lot of blame because apparently it was her job to ensure that it was cold. But also, there's a lot of actors that have came out. George Clooney, I know, was one of them that said in any movie he's been handed a gun, even though he's been told that the gun was cold, he still looks to make sure that there's no ammunition, which to me seems like pretty common sense.
Sure it does.
Of a sane-minded person if you're going to be pointing guns at people. Because there has been Bruce Lee's kid got
Brandon
killed.
Lee.
He got killed in The Crow. Another great movie.
Good movie.
Got killed really because there was a live ammunition in a gun that people didn't see. It's happened before, and now it's happened again. Alec Baldwin killed somebody.
Yeah.
So you expect him to face trial? You expect him to get sentenced?
Well,
found guilty.
Found guilty. Yeah, I do think he's going to be found guilty because he did.
He ain't gonna buy his way out of this.
I don't see how he really can. I think
OJ did.
I think there's been a little bit of a. What's going to be interesting is the jury here. And how you're really going to be able to get a good jury.
Let's get some Republicans on that jury.
And it is New Mexico. I don't know what that means. I think it did vote Democrat in the last election, but it's going to be hard. I think is finding a good jury is going to be a challenge. In this
I could
case.
see that being kind of a challenge because everybody, you got to find unbiased jury members that are like ignorant to the situation.
Exactly, that's going to be tough.
Everybody knows who Alec Baldwin is,
and it's going to be in New Mexico, so it's like everybody's hearing about this story. So like that's
to find 9 people that don't have a clue of what's going on
or preconceived notion
is going to be
what
very
their,
difficult.
What their
and that's part of being a good lawyer is weeding out. Certain jurors too.
Sure.
Jury selection by lawyers is very key.
It can be persuaded, people that can be persuaded with facts.
Hey, I hope son of a bitch is guilty.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I think he's a rat. I think he's a rat bastard. I think he always has been a rat.
I agree.
He's always been a scumbag pig, and he's just a liberal jerk. He is. Am I wrong?
No, I don't like him.
He's always been a liberal jerk.
I'm not a fan.
And this is a guy that is so anti-Second Amendment, taking away your guns, where he's
such a hypocrite.
He has made a career, a multi-million-dollar superstar career his whole life, glorifying guns in his movies and using guns to shoot and kill and be a secret agent, whatever the shit ever. He's made a career out of that. But you need to get your guns taken away because he says so.
Yeah, I mean all those things, but he's just a low-life person. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, he, the way he's handled this whole thing. When remember that one when he was at the side of the road after this with his wife, and then he's like yelling at his wife, yelling at the reporters, and it's like what goes through? It's like Alec Baldwin thinks he can control this.
You're yelling at me? You just killed somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes on George Snuffleupagus, and he looks horrible. He looks horrible. And maybe he's a wreck. Maybe he's a wreck. He deserves to be a wreck.
He accepted no blame for it. Really, he's just like, I don't know who's to blame, but it's not me.
That was a horrible interview, and I thought it made him look so bad.
He came out of that interview looking worse than he did going in.
Yeah,
he's a scumbag pig.
So I think he's going to be found guilty of something. Now the question is, does he serve any jail time? That's the thing. I think he serves.
Brother,
jail time?
I don't think he. I definitely don't think he serves any jail time. Whether he's found guilty or not, I don't know. I don't know if he could be found guilty, but plead down to where he doesn't get jail time. Maybe he gets community service, or I don't know, something.
Service, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he sees a day inside a prison cell though.
If I'm the prosecutor, I don't take any deal that doesn't have him serving jail time. He's got to serve jail time.
Oh, if I'm the prosecutor?
Yeah, if I'm the prosecutor,
I'm
he's
the
serving a year in jail.
If I'm the prosecutor, I'm throwing the book at this guy.
Yo, for sure.
I want him in jail for the maximum penalty as possible.
Well, that's what they keep saying. 6.5 years is the max penalty for this situation.
Well, that's what I hope.
And that's what they keep saying that too. So they're really going. And I saw them on with Judge Janine. Man, they're a couple of bulldogs, man. They want this case bad.
Good. I hope he gets it. I hope he gets 6.5 years. He's a scumbag.
So we'll see. We'll follow it. Maybe we'll come back when they actually start, or they're going through this trial. Maybe we come back. But we were just talking, texting. Me and brother were texting last night as he was coming over here to watch some foosball.
I ain't gonna watch the movie. If they finish it, I'll never watch it. I ain't gonna watch that movie.
No. I ain't either.
You think this hurts? You think this helps the movie, like helps the buy rate of the movie, or do you think it hurts it?
I think in some sick way, there's going to be a lot of people, that'll be interested.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
I think. I
think more people will be like.
I don't know.
Like, where did it occur?
The people on the right have become. I think it's going to hurt his. I think it's going to hurt the movie more because it. I think
it could kill it.
I think a lot of people that are like specifically on the right that have become so anti Alec Baldwin over this, are just going to be like, oh, hell no, I refuse to watch this.
Yeah, I mean, they're part of that though. But I always think that people love what they hate, or hate and love. It's such a fine line. Like, look at Howard Stern. Back before Howard Stern,
everybody loves to hate the Smith Boys.
Yeah, but before Howard Stern really went woke, I mean,
everybody hated him.
Everybody hated him, and I think he had more people that listened to him that hated him than actually,
sure.
And those are like it's the same kind of a thing.
For sure.
People like Aaron Rodgers, he's another polarizing guy now. Almost.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady. It's like, but people love to talk about what they supposedly hate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could see a little bit of that happening here too, because the movie and the trial could come out almost at the same time.
They should do a movie about the movie.
Yeah,
they should do like a movie about all this shit.
That would be a much better movie than what I'm sure that movie's going to be.
Who would play Alec Baldwin?
Billy
Baldwin. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Maybe we'll do a recap when this is further down the line. The sentence comes out, or the hopefully the.
Actually, Stephen Baldwin would be a much better caricature of Alec Baldwin, and them two hate each other.
It'd be very ironic.
Oh, that would be the beauty of
the irony.
The irony of it. Yeah, that would be great.
Well, hopefully they televise this trial like they do, like the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, because I couldn't get enough of that.
Yeah,
so
we should have done that. We didn't have Smith Boy. Well, maybe we did. I can't remember.
I can't remember if we did or not, but we could have did whole shows on that. But yeah, if they start doing a trial on that, maybe we'll pick this up then, and we'll do podcasts on it as we follow it along. So
yeah.
Till then, Smith Boys.
See ya.